the Rundown, Tuesday, November 7th. It's that time of year again. Barstool Ugly Sweaters have arrived. Brand new ugly sweaters have just been released, and they are now available on the Barstool Sports Store. All your favorite brands have new releases, including Bussin' with the Boys, Plan Brie, Nooners, One Bite, Pardon My Take, Spit and Chicklets, Foreplay, and so much more. Robbie has the Across the Santaverse. We got the Home Alone Battle Plan crew neck ugly sweater. Hurry and shop yours now while supplies last. Order today and get them in time for your upcoming holiday parties. Yeah, get them now so you'll get them in time for the holidays. Go to store.barstoolsports.com right now. I know yesterday we had 20% off. You missed that deal. You didn't act fast enough. But it's still worth it. It's still a good deal. Top story, Mets owner Steve Cohen unveils $8 billion renovation, 50-acre investment around Citifield. Right now, Citifield is like car chop shops, right? Yeah, and I've been out there. It's pretty gross, but they're going to do what they're calling Metropolitan Park, an $8 billion investment. It's going to have a Hard Rock hotel and casino, sports book, restaurants, bars, live music. Also, it's going to have a 20-acre public parking space. It's going to have a public park. So yeah, how you guys are native to New York? Mm-hmm. How do you guys, or Jersey? How do you guys feel about the Mets with the $8 billion investment in there?
I'm stoked about it. I don't go to Citi Field a ton for baseball games, but I do go a decent amount for concerts. It's becoming like a really huge, especially in the summers, concert venue. This summer, I think Blink-182, Foo Fighters, and Green Day are all going within a few weeks of each other. So this seems like it's going to be awesome. They're going to put another concert venue in there. I don't know what kind of capacity that's going to be, but
right.
I'll throw Pup Punk's name in the hat.
Hell yeah.
Up, like
yeah,
Billy Joel.
I know the Grateful Dead always go out to Citi Field, and it's like a couple-day event.
It's, other than the environment, a good place for a concert.
Large, how do you feel about it? Because I know the chop shops, it's like, don't they like stuff bodies out there?
Yeah.
Like a high crime rate area?
Right. So I grew up on the east side of Brooklyn, so I'm very close to Queens in this. And I'm excited to go to a concert or a game and it'd be a little nicer, but if you look around it, like that's my whole deal. Like people who go to pyramids and they're like, if you only shoot it from one angle, because the rest of it, it's a fucking dump everywhere.
Right.
Low flying planes, right? Because you're right in between.
Right across from
water.
Yeah.
This doesn't make Queens any more attractive to go to for me that they threw in a park, which by the way is going to be absolutely fucking ruined within 6 months. I'm being very negative. Yeah. And I think too they had the opportunity maybe to do something. You know, like forever, everybody in Queens, Brooklyn, Long Island has said that the Jets could use a place to play. Imagine they did something like that, where in like Philly, where they have all three stadiums,
right next to each
and
other,
the arenas right next to it. Like maybe that would have been a better use of things. It does make me want to go to fucking Queens any more than I did beforehand.
All right, I take back what I said.
Yeah, Robbie's absolutely wrong. I'm right. But like if Robbie goes, for example, for you, if you go to see the Foo Fighters at Citi Field, you're going to be like, let's go to Hard Rock and play the tables beforehand.
No, but I'd probably go grab a bite somewhere if they're going to put little restaurants and bars. Like having a spot to just stop and do a little bit of tailgating.
Right now,
that would be good.
Tearing down Shea and making it Citi Field, they already have elite food inside there. So if you want to go outside, so I mean, I could take you to Parkside and, and we can go and have a fucking real meal.
Before you get in the stadium, you have to rely on like the vendors, like the homeless people that are like selling beers out of a cooler. Right. That's what you're relying on now. So I guess this is going to be, it's going to be nice. It'll be fun. I feel like the Patriots did this with Foxborough. Like there's nothing in Foxborough. Right. There's like a jail across from the stadium. And then Robert Kraft put in all that stuff and made it like a destination to like go to before the game and all that. So I don't know. And then in other news, the Mets hired the Yankees bench coach to be their manager. And I know the Mets fans were very upset about it. You could hear Clemmer in one of these little rooms all day yesterday just screaming like, "Oh, I'm so upset."
I heard Frank, and he's in Chicago.
Yeah, Frank broke the sound barrier. But yeah.
Do we care? No.
No.
The three of us, we don't care.
Collectively, no.
No. The Mets are going to... There's a reason why they're putting all this shit into the Mets Stadium, because the Mets are garbage. I mean, the only way you can get out there is if they put a casino and all
Stevie
that.
Cohen is, like I've talked about it on this actually before, because I used to do a lot of business with him. I used to do a lot of business with SAC.
Yeah.
Stevie Cohen.
Number one highest SEC fine, right?
Yeah, and he paid it with a personal check.
Which is wild. Don't cash this till Friday.
Yeah. And, so, I don't know, is this just one of his write-offs? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's his money going into it.
Right, yeah, it's $8 billion.
It's,
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's going to appeal. Hey, I really want to go to a Mets game, but I want to stay right across the parking lot in the hotel. I never heard anyone say that.
Yeah, like you said, the pyramids thing. Like if you're staying in a hotel, your view is going to be LaGuardia. It's going to be planes going in and out. It's not.
Yeah, I got a great view of the Van Wyck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Next topic, Joe Rogan considering moving his podcast to Twitter. Joe Rogan's contract with Spotify is set to expire next year. Joe Rogan has 11 million listeners per episode. Spotify gave him $200 million in 2020, but it's running out. A personality that just switched over to putting a show on Twitter was Tucker Carlson. I don't know how his show's doing. I don't, you know what I mean?
Killing it.
It's crushing it?
Yeah. So, I mean, I know that Tucker shows, I haven't seen it on Twitter, but from all reports, I believe he's killing it.
Yeah,
Unless you can prove me wrong right now, John Rich.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah, I just saw Theo Von and Tucker Carlson talking. Hilarious. I loved it. This is
talking about Zins the whole time.
talking about Zins, talking about doing coke, and Tucker was like, "Yeah, I party." The weirdest. In my brain, I don't know if I'm gonna show. In my brain, Tucker Carlson is Ben Mentz's older brother. Like, and he has to drag Ben Mintz around. He's like, "Oh God." I think they're both from Louisiana.
All right. I mean, we have one of Spotify's biggest fucking stars. Just
Alex Cooper just walked in.
So, they spent a lot of money.
I didn't notice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Gaz was fixing his hair and shit like that.
I feel like Spotify has unlimited money though. They said they're trying to cut back on costs, but it's like you have all the big names, like you're getting all these people. Like, how are you not just making?
They're not
tons
really
of money.
paying we always.
I guess you spend all your money.
Artists, they pay like this instead of paying out like big percentages. It seems like it'd be annoying to listen to a podcast on Twitter. Like, I like to put a podcast on, lock my phone and put it in my pocket. Can you do that with Twitter?
I mean, if they get Joe Rogan and Tucker Carlson there,
They'll figure
I'm sure X puts out a platform that rivals fucking Spotify.
But isn't X trying to? Damn it! I just called it X because you called it X. Twitter. I'm never gonna call it X. I'll never call it X.
On a Twitter.
I haven't updated my app on my phone, so it's still Twitter for me.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
But I think Tucker Carlson's thing is like video. They're trying to go to video on Twitter, not X.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's what they have in mind, and then the podcast just kind of falls into place. I don't know.
But when those things were announced, the Caller Daddy, and even the Joe Rogan before that, everyone had said, "Where the fuck are they getting this money from?"
Yeah.
It reminds me of like a spending spree from a team, you know. So now I think they're regretting it.
Is it ad revenue? I don't know. John Rich just pulled up the Spotify stock. Everything's in the shitter right now, though.
Yeah.
I was tearing apart.
Joe Rogan moving to Twitter.
Yeah, I think with 11 million people, I don't think he gets that much of a fall off to go over to Twitter because everyone has it. If he went to like some new platform that people had to download, perhaps that'd be a barrier of entry. I think Joe will be fine.
You think he gets more listeners though, since if he moves over to Twitter? Is Twitter more popular than Spotify?
I just feel like it has to be available in like a podcast form, right?
It has to be.
Like
100%. He would.
I guess I don't know where that would go. Maybe that could go on Twitter, and just Apple Podcasts. I don't know.
So Elon has suggested he wants X to be like WeChat, which in China they use WeChat not just for text. It's their internet, it's their email, it's their social media, it's everything. So I think that he didn't just change X to screw everybody. The goal is to make it just like a multifaceted platform that you can listen to podcasts, video, everything.
So there'll probably be like another tab for podcasting.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Barstool Invitational. Basketball is back. IUPUI won yesterday. No big deal. I think they were the first official game of the basketball season. They beat Spalding. I think they invented the basketball. I don't know.
What the fuck? They beat the brand of the basketball?
Yep. But the Barstool Invitational in Chicago, it is going to be big. It is back again this Wednesday, November 8th, tomorrow. This time at Wintrust Arena in Chicago. The first part of the doubleheader, FAU made it to the Final Four last year. Returning most of their team. I should have read ahead. I'm trying to do my own thing, and I just need to trust the ad read. Versus hometown Loyola Chicago, a.k.a. Sister Jean. In the second game, the battle of Brandon Walker versus Bobby Hurley, Mississippi State takes on Arizona. Make sure to tune into Barstool TV. Coverage will begin at 6:45 p.m., 5:45 Central Time.
Can't wait for that.
I'm very excited.
Yak basketball.
You got Yak basketball at halftime. Frank the Tank is already in Chicago. He's going to be doing God knows what.
Yep.
I've watched the clip of him trying to hurl the basketball from half court about 12 times.
Right.
I would
it's nowhere.
I went to Philly last year for it.
Yeah.
I thought they did a great job. I don't think they were so concerned about the gate. There wasn't a lot of people at that game.
Yeah.
But I mean, please watch it and whatnot. But also, if you're in that area, I highly recommend going.
Oh yeah.
Right, because you get like a
I got
lot
some
of
friends
content.
going.
Yeah, the coaches and the players, and obviously all the Barstool content guys are just walking around drinking and eating and stuff.
And it's like a totally different environment than other basketball games. Like last year, the whole crowd was reacting to one of the teams not shooting because they were not going to hit the over.
Right. Yeah.
It was great.
And Jake Marsh will be involved.
Yep.
Gen XYZ teammate.
Right.
Large and I, big stakes in that. Yep. We support
How do you
everything.
feel about us this year?
Oh, I feel great.
Really?
I get tired of everyone being like, oh, they're the dark horse. Every year we're the dark horse. It's like, hey, eventually it's like we either suck or
every year.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't know. I feel good though. Jake gets older every year. He gets wiser.
That's why.
And he's our secret weapon.
So I'm obviously the oldest person there. When I retire,
Obviously.
Yeah. When I retire, who do you take? I know we're going to talk about some controversy later on. Who are you going to take? Who are you and Jake going to? When I inevitably fall down the stairs and break a hip.
John Rich is asking to be on the team. I don't know. I think.
John, you without a team?
I'm without a team.
I think we need to. If you shave your head, I think we need to get another bald guy. Like,
Will do.
Goatee too. You might need Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I wouldn't hate that. That'd be
Imagine
great.
that.
Yeah, everyone's getting. That's the new thing in the dozen is getting like a celebrity.
Yeah.
Celebrity teammate.
I saw the board for it. There was legitimately 3 or 4 people I didn't recognize. It might be partially because of the artist who does that stuff.
Oh my God, they make us. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about your rendering on that? Do you think they captured you well? Or are you like, I look like shit?
We just look like handsome Squidward. Like we all look smooth.
Yeah. I look like I have a cleft lip. I was just like that.
There are certain people where it truly doesn't look like them at all.
At all.
Yeah. You're like, who is this?
Very
What?
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some dozen drama in the office. We'll get to that in the after show. Next topic. LeBron James gets chirped at in Orlando, I think, by some 10-year-olds sitting courtside. There's so much going on in this video.
It's great. Yelling, stop, flopping.
Love it.
And then he hits him with a classic young chirp. You look like you sharted in your pants.
You look like you sharted in your pants. I mean, yeah, LeBron sticks his ass out right in front of him. This is tough because like LeBron can't turn around and talk shit to 10-year-olds because then he's
He
the
can.
ultimate bad guy.
He can.
I feel like that's.
If I were LeBron, I would.
What do you say?
I would say, sit down and shut that mouth. You're gonna grow up and be on fucking welfare.
Little boy. Yeah.
I don't even really.
that
know
escalated.
means, but you go that way. You go that with it.
How do you
go real mean? You say you're gonna be addicted to pills when you're older.
Yeah.
Yell at them.
Bob Fox.
You say you're gonna be in the grave by 30.
Yeah.
And then they never chirp you
Your mom
again.
can come get this dick.
And she already did.
Oh.
I'm your dad.
How do you feel about 10-year-olds sitting courtside?
That's.
Well, they gotta be shitheads.
Like, yeah, right? Yeah.
They have to
They
be.
probably
Probably
would.
like rich and a little bit.
That's why you gotta put
Yeah.
them in your
like
place.
that.
Yep.
Your father never loved you. He's like Logan Roy.
Bad parenting or good parenting? Let your kid be a fucking loudmouth on the sidelines. It's learned behavior. He probably has somebody.
I go back and forth. Basketball, I say bad parenting. Wrestling, I say good parenting.
Oh, yeah.
You let your kid chirp at the heel, you need to.
Right.
I was that kid, chirping at Chavo Guerrero because he hurt Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, wrestling is probably the place where that's you need to do
yeah.
that, I think. You know what I mean? But
Basketball,
like
I
in a major
think,
league-
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think.
See, I don't know, because I like a crowd that chirps, like the Philly fans. Like, they're chirping, they're giving the middle finger. But when it's a 10-year-old, I'm like, I don't know. 10-year-old sitting on the hardwood, that's...
Every now and then you do get a 10-year-old give a double bird, and it's
Yeah.
Good, yeah. I just and I don't mean to go the other side again on every one of these things. The kid probably needs a little slap.
Yeah. By LeBron. LeBron should have
slapped the kid.
Stepped over
No
and
downside.
boom, like the slap, like Jeff DeLoes used to get us with that. You slap my son, LeBron give him one.
I would like to see the dad. I want to see what he looks like.
Yeah, he's real.
Just like, yeah. Next topic, DC firefighter fired for stopping at Chick-Fil-A while on emergency call. There was a person that had chest pains. They called 911, and while the paramedic firefighters were on their way, they stopped at Chick-Fil-A to get food, which, if you're going to stop at one fast food place, I feel like Chick-Fil-A is the one that's going to give you the least amount of wait time.
Yeah.
So good on them.
They had already ordered it on their phone. It was a pickup order.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't even like they were, looking at the drive-through menu, concerned about what they're going to get. They had it.
They had it, yeah.
So there's BLSs, I think, and ALSs, like basic service calls, BSO.
Yeah.
So this one was the advanced one. Like this is the second.
So
This one wasn't like, hey, take your time. She does this all the time.
Yeah.
This one was having fucking chest pains.
What if she was
And they
hungry though?
stopped. Yeah, exactly.
See, that's my thing. If they just got Chick-fil-A for themselves, it's fucked up.
Right.
If they threw in an extra sandwich for this woman, who I hope is okay, I think it's fair game. You show up with Chick-fil-A and I'm in the middle of a heart attack, I'm a little more happy than if you showed up without Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, he said that he stops literally a few minutes tops.
a couple minutes
Like,
tops. That's it.
Meanwhile, this girl, she's clutching. I've had some cardiac instances. You know what I mean? Like, guy took his time. I would be fucking pissed. And they've already fired.
Not allowed to have fun anymore.
Can Chick-fil-A use this? So good.
That's the
so
marketing
good.
for
You
this.
can wait.
Because you know how they have those like commercials where they bring out the customer and they're on the couch and stuff.
Yeah.
It could be the woman that was having chest pains and the firefighter and just like, he's like, yeah, I stopped. It was great. Yeah, I don't know.
The
It's good
workers
marketing.
there are so nice, they should have let one in the fire truck and brought him to the call. Had him calm the person down. It's going to be okay.
I want to know what he got.
You got to think a sandwich.
Chicken sandwich, fries. I mean, it's
You
pretty
probably
basic.
throw in nuggets too. That's what I've been doing lately. Be able to dip it in the Chick-fil-A sauce.
I enjoy a Chick-fil-A milkshake as well.
Imagine it's like 911, what's your emergency? They say chest pains, get here right away. And they say, what do you want? You know, on your way over.
Hey,
Yeah.
anything you'd want from?
We're in the drive-thru right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, give me some fries.
Yeah, that guy shouldn't have been fired.
Yeah.
He's a solid dude.
Okay, this topic, I have no idea how squatting works. But notorious squatter Elizabeth Hirshhorn finally removed after 575 days of living rent-free. So Elizabeth, who's a 55-year-old Harvard graduate, rented a $3.5 million guest house on Airbnb for 6 months. She paid $20,000. She stayed there for 6 months, and then whenever that was up, she just refused to leave. Now the guy who leased the place out is saying he wants $100,000. She wants $100,000 to move out.
$100,000 to get out.
It's
crazy.
That's insane. And then this is all in LA, where under the just cause law, if you're in a unit for more than 6 months, the only way you can be evicted is if they go to court and get the cops involved.
Legal cause.
Legal.
Supposed to have to pay for their relocation. That's the law, she said. For some reason, he has to pay for her to get out.
How does squatting work? I need someone to explain this to me, because apparently you can just walk into someone's house and just be like, yep, squatters' rights, I'm living here now.
That kind of terrifies me. New fear. Someone's just going to come into my apartment and squat on me.
I feel like in Detroit that was happening. People would go into buildings and just be like, yep, this is mine, and they couldn't do anything.
Do you know how squatting works?
If you look up why do squatters' rights exist, it's all about how it varies from state to state.
It was tenements in New York City, and they're slumlords are just throwing people out.
Right. So
yeah.
there was some degree, and then it's gotten so bad. This is a perfect 2023 LA story, right? Somebody from Harvard fucking around in LA, because actually every topic's been a great 2023. Some rich kid yelling at fucking LeBron. Some fucking megalomaniac putting $8 billion into Queens. You know what I mean? But this is, I don't know, and you see these all the time, why the owner wouldn't forcefully kill her. Get in there at night.
Poison, put a little rat poison out.
A forceful kill.
575 days to plan how you're going to get this one woman out of your fucking guest house. And she left, and the place is a mess. The guy's like, it's fully furnished.
Trashed it.
Yeah, and he's like, it's fully furnished, and I'm going to have to give everything away to charity.
Yeah, at what point do you do stink bombs? I know one of your tricks was you do seeds, but it's your house.
Carrot seeds,
Yeah.
I mean, I would, I don't know if I'd kill her, but definitely some sort of banana.
What would be your thought to get her out? What do I do to sabotage this, where I make her have to get out of that house?
You know what? I tend to go back to violence just because. But because I can't imagine, this is his guest house. So you look out your window every day and you see her there for 575 days.
And she can't be living a good life. That's not a peaceful life where you're like, these people want me out.
She also just looks like the typical Harvard grad that's like, well, squatters' rights say I can't be kicked out of here.
Actually,
I know the
read
law.
between the fine lines.
Yeah. Oh, I hate it. And I feel like the picture right there is her filming on her phone, the owner being like pissed, like
Right. Yeah,
drinking his coffee, just being like, oh God. And she's like, there's nothing you can do. Yeah, this woman sucks. She's awful. But I feel like you said like stink bombs. Like I feel like she thrives in stench. Like she was born in stench. You know what I mean? She loves that.
And I mean, you're insured, so I mean, burn the place to the fucking ground.
Snakes. Snakes at her.
You know what I mean? Like give her nothing to come back to.
Oh, just looking at her picture just upsets me.
But then does she win?
If it's burnt to the ground and just goes.
And then you have to rebuild it. You got to deal with the insurance for the next couple months.
But I mean, yeah, I know. But still, I mean, insurance is there for. You hit it with a little bit of Jewish light and you do it well. And I think you got yourself a nice little new fucking guest house.
Got a modern guest house, yeah.
She
I
claims
make lemonade here. I mean, there's nothing easy about it.
she thinks she's going to get back in. Like she's still taking.
She wants to get back
legal
into this
action
house?
To get back into the house.
Yeah.
She's nuts.
Yeah.
So
$100,000 or
She should
she's
be in
coming back
jail.
in.
yeah,
Put her in
in jail. That's a place to live.
Right to
How
jail.
does it? So they're saying because she's. I don't get how they can like. They just can't get rid of her. Like
These
they can
laws
let her
are-
back in.
The
Like,
laws are arcane, right? Like
Yeah.
we did the Twist History Double Jeopardy, and sometimes
Oh, yeah,
the laws
brother.
seemed a little bit, but they've added a bunch of wrinkles to it, right? Because if you find out a guy killed somebody, you probably should be able to retry him for killing that person.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So, and I feel like this too is just fucking. They're arcane laws.
It is, yeah. I think Robbie said it earlier. It's my biggest fear now. I'm gonna go home from work. There's just gonna be some lady squatting in my
I don't know if
apartment.
someone's not squatting in my apartment right now.
You gotta
Might be this woman. She's out on the streets free.
There are 4 people squatting in my house. My wife and kids. Can't get rid of them.
Nice.
This guy.
Yeah.
This makes me irrationally mad, especially just looking at her picture. She just can we say cunt? She looks like a cunt. She looks like a
real
cunt.
cunt.
Karen, I think, is the modern word, the 2023
True.
word for
It's
cunt.
the new C word.
Yeah. All right, after show. Alex Cooper in the office. We kind of touched on that. I think is she shooting a documentary?
She's shooting a full-fledged motion picture with the amount of crew she came in with. Boom mics,
The funniest
lav mics.
funniest thing was just some lady who's like an older lady and she just stops Tommy and Alex in the middle of a conversation. She's like, for the scene, can we explain what's going on here?
What's the backstory here?
Yeah, it was a very artsy
the scene.
moment for something that probably isn't the most artsy thing.
So she's probably the next to go over to
makeover.
Twitter. If it works out with Joe Rogan, right? Like
Maybe.
she's got a vested
Yeah.
interest in what Joe Rogan decides to do. You know?
For sure. Or
And she has a house in LA. She should watch this rundown. I want to tell her what to do. You know what I mean?
No, she obviously does.
Yeah, huge Met fan.
Yeah.
or Spotify's like, oh God, we got to do everything we can to keep Alex Cooper around.
True. If Rogan leaves, they'll really want to keep her around.
Oh yeah, that's sweeten the deal.
Or Twisted History, throw some money at them. Back at them.
Yeah.
My Mom's Basement will go exclusive.
Fuck yeah. Best view of this place is through a roof.
While staying with Barstool.
Of course.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Alex Cooper's in the office. Boom mic operator. That was the funniest part. It was just immediately the guy just like comes. It was like on an extendo thing where he's just like, I'm ready, and then just went right out. Very funny, very funny. Dozen drama. The other thing that was probably now overshadowed on radio was the Dozen drama. Kirk's team performed last night against Team ZD, Dave's team, Clem. Who's the other big? Eddie. I knew there's 2 big boys on there because they were great at snacks.
Fuck, could you forget my name?
Yeah. Oh, your Eddie is amazing. Yeah. So Quiggs did not show up.
No showed.
What a horrible matchup to not show up for. Like,
I know.
You don't show up against Gen XYZ, nothing's gonna happen. No one's gonna notice. You don't show up when Dave is there, it's just like, oh fuck. Like
Oh, it's Quiggs was on?
Quiggs is on Minahan and he thought it was next week.
I do feel like if Quiggs no-showed against anyone, I do feel like he gets kicked off the team. Do you agree?
Quiggs can get away. Quiggs is very important here.
Yeah.
Yes, he's very
He can
talented.
maybe get away with more than a lot of people.
Yeah.
He's like a super producer. He's like a step above you know what I mean? Like
Literally
what he
came
can
from,
do
like,
is
NASA.
amazing. But what a matchup to not show up for. That blows for Quiggs. And then Rico's headphones wouldn't work. So because
So who steps in there? Who stepped in for
So
can we
nobody.
not spoil that?
Nobody. It's already aired. Yeah, it already aired.
Okay.
I think at one point it was just Kirk Minahan on his own.
Yeah, Kirk eventually kicked out Rico because his
headphones
connection
weren't
was
working.
brutal.
Yeah.
Headphones weren't working.
So it was Team
versus the
Minahan
world?
versus the
Yeah.
entire team ZD.
Yeah.
And then Kirk recruited Megan Making Money. But then that's where the drama comes in, because Megan Making Money was on Francis and Caleb's team.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So Kirk pulled her away from there. But then Kirk found out that she was already on a team and kicked her off the team.
Yep.
I think he made things right.
And now the hunt is back on.
And now the hunt's back on, but Francis was on radio today. He's upset.
They're yelling about putts still, too.
He's saying, what's that?
They're yelling about putts.
He's mad about golf.
They're mad about that golf thing that happened. As when the dude from Fresh Prince came on Foreplay, Alfonso Riviera, and was like, well, technically, Kirk is right. I was like, if Alfonso said it, I'm believing him.
Yeah.
He explained it so well. Apparently, he's like a massive golf guy. Like I was like, oh, okay, all right.
We had him on breakfast. That guy, you wouldn't know. He's fucking. He's like enviable. Like,
Yeah.
He drives around. His wife's a smoke show in like this big RV and just plays golf with his kids and stuff like that. He was on Dancing with the Stars, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy
He's
who
the host
hosted
now.
it.
Yeah.
The guy who had hosted it was like, I'm getting sick of doing America's Funniest Videos. So he started doing that gig, which is the longest running fucking show on TV.
I'm trying to think of what that guy's name was.
I'm
I'm getting sick and tired of cashing these $1 billion checks.
And then he took over from Bergeron for Dancing with the Stars. The guy's got
What's
it.
Bergeron up to right now? Is he fully retired?
He made so much money. He's just chilling.
On
probably.
Bergeron?
He should be on Kirk's team.
He should be on a dozen teams. He's a perfect dozen competitor. He always looked like Mr. Skinner from The Simpsons to me.
Yeah.
Just a real life version of him.
Who's the perfect person? So Rico's back, obviously. So it's Rico.
Is Rico back?
I think Rico's still on the team.
Rico's.
So it's
Oh, he was
Rico,
never
Kirk.
kicked off permanently.
Yeah.
Just for the game.
It's Rico, Kirk, and the free agent
Yeah.
spot.
What do you think?
I think Quiggs is going to wind up back.
No.
I should go over?
No. We're Gen XYZ, the dark horse again.
Are you a possible contender?
I've thrown my hat into the ring. I don't feel like I have a very good chance of getting picked up by Kirk again, but you never know. And I also think TJ is in the mix.
Oh, TJ is in the mix.
TJ is also on
Yes.
that whole team with Caleb and Francis.
He's like their coach.
Oh, coach.
One team
I don't
has
understand.
4 people.
Yeah.
I don't understand the coach role.
Okay.
Hank,
the coach.
Hank was coach for like the Misfits, which was like RTD, Keegs, and someone else. Dante. And it'd be those 3 competing, and then it'd be Hank just on
chilling
camera
in
to
the
the side, and like, yeah, keep it up, good job.
Yeah. That never made much sense to me either. Maybe TJ though. TJ's definitely got good dozen knowledge for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, TJ a good pickup.
TJ lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. I've watched his fitness
Hot
journey.
TJ.
Hot TJ.
I get
TJ's leader in the clubhouse for Kirk's team.
It makes
really?
sense.
If I had to guess, I think that makes sense.
Makes sense.
I get jealous because when TJ's on the treadmill, he posts the picture and you can see the awesome pool in the background. I was like, now it doesn't matter. It's November. It's in Chicago, which is freezing. But
Yeah,
I'm
fuck
always
'em.
like, God damn, I want.
By the way, I
that.
shot a little thing for TikTok about our snack thing. Did you see the snack thing in New York today?
No.
No.
Like a Pringles, 2 bags.
Oh, yeah, and a cigarette.
Single cigarette.
Yeah.
This place is
Did
falling
did
apart.
anyone take the cigarette yet?
No, not yet.
saving it for
Got
later.
the single dart.
I think I'm gonna go smoke. I'm gonna smoke that right after this.
We'll all like hit it,
all
take a
take a-
drag, and then put it out, leave it for the next guy.
Yep. Yeah. No one can take a full. You don't need a full cigarette.
You don't need the full
It's a
sip.
snack.
Everyone just take a little hit.
What else we got? That's it. John Rich.
Twisted History's back.
Twisted History's back.
Yeah, they tried to
Thank
kill
you,
it.
thank-
It's not.
thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
Sweaters on sale, and the money goes to the producers this year. That's kind of sweet.
Let me ask you guys. I was in a nightclub this weekend in Phoenix with Spider and a couple other people. I had asked John this earlier. I'd never seen this before. You can't wear baseball hats,
No.
and you have to check them with the valet, and it's $10 a hat. You ever seen such a thing?
That's crazy. I've
wild.
heard you can't wear hats. I used to wear hats a lot, still wear hats a lot, but I used to have to hit like the snapback,
Yeah,
flip it
put
around your
there.
belt or
yeah,
something.
that's what I kind of thought. Or we had a table, you can throw it at the
Checking
table
it
and
is
stuff like
crazy.
that. $10 a hat.
I would
Check
rather
it.
just carry it around all night, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
At least
Or
it's
throw it in
something
the
to have
car.
with your
Yeah.
hands, so you have,
Yeah,
I
you
hate
can't-
being
you can't, like-
handless at a
you can't, like-
club or something.
What's that?
When you don't have a drink in your hand or something, it's like, well, I'm Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hand.
100%. Yeah, you get. It's so nice. Or like at a concert, it's nice to have something in your hand.
Need something. In your
Can't. Yeah, like clip it to your belt loop. Be that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No good.
No good at
Gets you,
all.
yeah.
No.
No good.
$10. All right. Yeah. John Rich putting his hat in the ring for Kirk Minahan's team. You almost were his producer. Why not be?
I was on the team for a few games. Got kicked off pretty quick.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So you, TJ, and who else?
That's been kicked off?
No. That are in the hunt.
I don't know anybody else beyond that.
Yeah.
Is there a chance?
Wigs?
Is there a chance Kirk just does the season by himself? That'd be kind of funny.
That would maybe be the funniest.
That'd be really funny.
Just it's me versus the world.
We just got texts from Jeff Lowe that we're back next week.
Can we say who?
I don't know. Is it the Frankettes again? We can't possibly be playing them again.
We've played them a million times.
Yeah.
And I have no problem putting their ass in the ground a millionth and one time.
Oh.
Fuck Nick Tarani.
Say it to the camera. All right, I'm just stalling because I don't want to leave. I just want to hang out with my boys.
With the boys.
Yeah.
You can edit all this at the end, Ben. Don't make your job harder. All right, that's it. That's the rundown.